Hello guys, welcome back to DSFR. Today I'm going to be talking about the NHL draft. I'm just going to be recapping it. So let's just get into it. So first off, I was going to make a reaction video, a couple of them at least, of it, but I didn't have enough space and all this other crap and wouldn't upload fast enough, so I just scrapped all that. Just focused on getting research for the for a recap video. So I'm just gonna start with the trades here, so we know who picked where and who picked what. So the first one was it didn't happen for a long time until 26th pick. Chicago traded it to Dallas for Dallas's 29th pick and 70th pick. And when this deal happened, I'm like, are they gonna take Jake Oettinger? Because I think that's what they're gonna do. Now, I think Jake Oettinger would have gotten picked before the 29th pick. If not, Dallas would have taken him. But I think Jake Oettinger will be a solid starter in the future if they develop him right, of course. I mean, we saw Jake Campbell. We thought it was going to be a great starter and a career HLer, but Jake Oettinger can be the next wave after Ben Bishop. That'll be great for us moving forward. He's going to take some time to grow, at least 2, maybe 3 years. He may be there for backup role, third year, who knows. But that was that trade. I don't know. We'll have to see what the 70th pick brings, what Chicago picks, what happens to it. If it's a bust, then yeah, completely, it's worth it. But if it turns out to be something that, I mean, Chicago has great scouting staff, so they're gonna pick something good probably. But if it doesn't, then sure, it's a good trade. And the second one, Lori Atella, or St. Louis for Philly trade. Lori Laterra, 27th first round pick and a conditional 2018 first rounder for Braden Shen. Now, this is purely a cap dump for St. Louis. They gave up some first rounders. I think they're okay with getting or trading the 27th pick in this year. But the conditional one might turn out to be a problem if next year's is really deep. And then Braden Shen is going to be a good player for them, a third-line center, maybe even second-line center if they decide to go that route. Braden Shen is a good player in my eyes. He can do some good things for them. He's going to be a good player, good two-way defender. He can do good things offensively as well. And then the final trade, Pittsburgh sends the 31st overall and Oscar Sundqvist to St. Louis for Ryan Reeves and the 31st second-round pick. Pittsburgh, you got robbed. Just saying this now. Yeah, you got a second-round pick still, but Sundqvist is going to be a good fourth liner for St. Louis, and they got rid of Ryan Reeves' contract, and I mean, maybe this was worked out the whole time. It probably was, because why would they expose Ryan Reeves if not trade him for this? I mean, it seems set up this whole time. But St. Louis picked a good Russian, Ruzin. Yeah, Klim Kostin. And he's a pretty solid guy. He'll probably be an NHLer, decent one at that. But I think Pittsburgh got fleeced in this one. I mean, if it works out well for them, they're not going to win 3 Stanley Cups in a row. It's just not happening. But I think St. Louis won this one, especially if that first rounder comes out to be good. I thought it was a terrible trade, but then I saw the second rounder. I'm like, it's not as terrible, but it's still pretty terrible, you know. But that's all the trades for it. So let's just get into the players who got drafted, all that. So I have all 31 through here. So let's just get started. The biggest story probably of the night, Nico Hischier getting picked first instead of Nolan Patrick. Hischier going to New Jersey. Nolan Patrick going to Philadelphia. I think it can work out for New Jersey. I think Hischier is probably the better player long term, but Patrick's probably the better one. Short term, I think Patrick can probably play on Philadelphia's roster next year. And he'll probably play a big role, kind of like what Provorov did for them this year. And Dallas, They picked Miro Heiskanen. I'm not disappointed with this pick. I think it's fine. Heiskanen will be like 4 years off though. That'll be pretty tough for the Onger age. I think he'll be really good once he gets here, but it'll take a while. It's just a matter of getting here though. Number 4, Cale Makar goes to Colorado. I wanted Dallas to pick Makar, but he's going to be a great player for Colorado. A fantastic defenseman. May even surpass Bailey or Barry. Bailey may even surpass Barry. And I think he's going to be a great defenseman for them. Number 5, Elias Pettersson for Vancouver. He's going to be a pretty solid guy for them. He's like a good two-way defenseman. He's a pretty decent playmaker. He'll be a really good second liner for them. I'm projecting that. But Cody Glass goes to Vegas. I think that was a great pick. I love Cody Glass. I think he's a great player. He's going to be a great power forward for Vegas, and I think that'll be a cornerstone player for them. Elias Anderson goes to New York. I still don't understand the trade unless they plan to use Anderson year 1, which I don't know if they will. It was a risky move. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it confuses me. It hurts my brain. But okay, number 8, Casey Middlestat goes to Buffalo. He's a great player. He's a great playmaker. He can get lots of things done with Buffalo. Lots of things done with Eichel, definitely. Maybe a second line forward for them, but I think he'll reach up to that first line status. Definitely. 9, Michael Rasmussen goes to Detroit. He'll be a pretty good player for them. The lowest I see him going is like a third third liner. I don't see him busting. I don't see any scenario where he busts. I mean, of course, there is a scenario, but it isn't likely in my eyes. Definitely not. Number 10, Owen Tippett goes to Florida. He's gonna be a fantastic player for them. I'm visualizing. He's gonna be a fantastic player. I think he is pretty underrated. I think he's great. He's going to be a great winger for them, a great scoring guy. He can do a lot for them. Number 11, Gabe Vilardi goes to Carolina, Los Angeles. He'll either be a turning around point for the Los Angeles teams that they can afford to pay him with those contracts, or kind of just another guy that just is there, you know. But he's going to be a good player. If you can turn that franchise around, that'll be fun to watch. 12, Martin Nikos goes to Carolina. I'm not pronouncing that name correctly. I know that for sure, but he's gonna be a decent guy. I think he'll be a solid second liner. If he reaches that plateau of first liner, which I can see him getting to that point, but I think he'll be a solid second liner. If he dips enough, he'll probably just be a third liner, but that's still a decent pick, you know. I think Carolina made the right move there. It could have gone Suzuki, but I think they could have gone Suzuki, but I think Nikas can be the better player long term, you know. Nick Suzuki, Vegas, excellent pick. He's going to be a fantastic player for them. Going to be a great second liner for them. Going to get some points. He's pretty decent defensively as well. He'll be an all-around great player for them. Number 14, Cal Foote goes to Tampa Bay. I said earlier that if Tampa Bay can pick right on this pick and they get a good player, they are going to be a dynasty in the making. Cal Foote is like second or third best player, or not player, defenseman in this draft, and they got him at number 14. That's really impressive, and they got really lucky on this one. Cal Foote is going to be a great player for them. He's going to be a top 4 man for sure. Maybe surpasses that into a top 2 D man. I see massive potential for Cal Foote. It's just a matter of time before he just wrecks the league, in my opinion. An excellent pick by Tampa Bay. Their scouting department keeps knocking it out of the park. I think he's going to do fantastic in Tampa Bay. Number 15, Eric Branston goes to Las Vegas. Yeah, Las Vegas. My mind. I was like, not Las Vegas, but Las Vegas. Yeah, he's going to be a great defenseman for them. They don't need defense, which kind of confused me why they made this pick, but they're looking towards the future, and most of those defensemen aren't going to be there in the next 2-3 years. So you're looking towards that, and he's going to be ready then. He's going to be pretty decent. He's going to be a defensive guy. Not going to get tons of points, but he's going to be more of a defensive role player. And that's not bad for Vegas. They kind of need that kind of thing. So, number 16, Juuso Välimäki goes, and I think he's a great player. He has the potential to be a top 4 man, maybe even top 2. I think highly of him, and he's just gonna be a good player for them. He's more of an offensive guy, but he can get things done defensively as well if you grow him the right way, of course. So that's gonna be fun to watch. They're in Carolina. Timothy Liljegren goes, or yeah, Carolina. Yeah, no, it was Las Vegas. Never mind, Las Vegas. But Timothy Liljegren goes to Toronto, and honestly, I was checking Twitter and it went crazy. And it was a pretty good pick, in all honesty. He dropped a lot coming into the season. He was projected to be top 4 or top 5 at least. He got downgraded, but he's still going to be a great defenseman. I think he'll surprise people, in all honesty. He might become a top 2 guy for them. Maybe because their defense might be weaker than you think, but I still think he'll be great for them. Boston takes Urho Vakanainen. He's gonna be pretty decent, man. He's gonna be pretty special. I mean, he's young. He has that upside. I think he's going to develop into something pretty special there in Boston. 19, Josh Norris goes to San Jose. He's a pretty decent playmaker. He's probably going to be a third liner for them. Who knows? Maybe he surpasses that and becomes a second liner. Who knows how good San Jose is in like 2-3 years, and maybe he reaches that mark. But I think he'll be a very, very solid guy. I think he'll have a long career in San Jose. I think there's lots good going on for him. Number 20, Robert Thomas for St. Louis. I joked on Twitter that, how do you pronounce Robert Thomas? I mean, that's just the hardest name to ever pronounce. I mean, how do you even write this? But he's a solid defenseman, or not a defenseman, but a solid guy for them. Very good defensively. Can hold his own offensively, and I think he's gonna be a solid guy for them. Definitely, he's gonna be pretty consistent as well. Number 21, New York Rangers take Philip Chytil. He's gonna be kind of a finesse guy, but I think he'll kind of be one of those snipers that kind of just stays low, like third liner, but still can get some great plays for you, can make some great, fantastic plays, and I think he'll be a solid third liner for him. A fantastic third liner for New York. 22, Edmonton takes Kailer Yamamoto. I think he should be in the top 15, but I'm telling you, the depth in this draft is overrated to heck and back, man. The depth in this draft has showed its case. I think it's going to be great looking upon it. I think it's very underrated. This draft has been very underrated. Not in this. Well, it's been underrated in the depth wise, and superstar wise, there's no superstars. But in the depth wise, people keep saying there's nothing really here, and I say no. There's gonna be fantastic players coming out of this. So Kailer Yamamoto, He's going to be a fantastic second liner for them, I'm projecting. He's going to be a great guy going forward for them. He has tremendous upside. He's young. He has lots of offensive potential. He needs to work on that defense, but man, when he does that, he's going to be a great player. Arizona takes Pierre-Olivier Joseph. He looks like a pretty solid defenseman. I think I'm projecting him to be a career top 6, but that's not bad. I think he'll be like a Colin Miller, but I think he'll be a Colin Miller from Vegas. I think he'll reach that peak of a good NHL bottom 6 guy. No, not bottom 6. Top 6 D man. I think he'll be pretty good, pretty fantastic depth for Arizona when they need him. Number 24, Kristen Vasilinen goes to Winnipeg. This guy is underrated. He dropped a lot. I think he was ranked 15th. But I think this guy is going to be a great third liner for them, and maybe he passes that third line back and goes second. He has great offensive potential. I don't think he'll ever be good defensively. I think he'll be bad defensively, but I think the offense will carry him there really. Number 25, Ryan Poehling from Montreal. He's going to take a while, but he's going to be a pretty good defenseman for them down the road. But I think he has solid defensive potential. He needs to work on it, but he has really good offensive potential. He has the potential to become like a Markov for them. Let's get into it. And that was 26. Never mind. Jake Ottinger, 27th from the Dallas Stars. When this trade happened, I'm like, I don't know if they really want to take Eli or L.A. Tovinen. I don't know if they want to go for him. I think they're gonna go for Jake Ottinger. And I was thinking at the time they're gonna need a starter for after the Bishop era, and I think that was the best way to go there. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be like a Jimmy Howard in that he's gonna be kind of inconsistent, but he's gonna be a solid guy, not a great, fantastic goalie, but a solid guy, like kind of just not superstar, but not bad, But he's gonna be a solid starter for us, and I'm really excited, And it was Philly that took Morgan Frost, one of the best last names in the NHL. He looks pretty solid. He looks to be a good playmaker. Maybe he has some defense in him, but he'll have to show that definitely. And I think Philly made a good pick here. It's kind of off the board, but really all these picks are. But I think Frost will be probably a good fourth liner. He has that kind of friskiness to him. I think though he can be a third liner. Next up, Ottawa picked Shane Bowers. I think he was slated to be second round. But I think Bowers will be an okay third liner for them. I don't see Bowers doing anything more than that. Just because I don't think he has too much offensive potential. I think defensively, though, he has lots of potential, though. Be a good power forward for them. Chicago takes Henry Kokaharju. Who knows? Chicago has a great scouting department, so maybe he's diamond in the rough and he becomes something special. And then they'll have to trade him because of the cap space. But he's probably going to be solid top 6 guy for them. Realistically, I can't see him going past the top 4 D-man, but probably going to be a really, really good top 6 guy for them. Nashville takes Eli Tovinen. He's going to be a steal for Nashville. I think he's going to be a solid top 9 guy for them. Great third liner. He's going to become a pretty decent sniper. He can get some goals in the net, and that's not really what Nashville needs, but I think that it was a good pick, definitely. He dipped a lot, and Nashville kind of got him for a steal. And the last pick of the draft, Clem Costin goes to St. Louis for that whole Ryan Reeves deal that I just talked about. Costin seems to be a fringe third liner, maybe fourth liner. He might not even make it to the NHL because I think that he doesn't have all around stats that I think you need, or all around capabilities that you need for an NHLer. He might prove me wrong, but I think that I don't know. He seems like a weird one. The only Russian picked in the first round. But he's going to be an interesting one to see how far he goes along the development. So we'll just have to wait and see. So, guys are still watching until this point. Good on you. Good on you, man. But all these picks, we reviewed them. I think the Stars did pretty decently. Didn't have to give too much for that. For Jake Ottinger, and I think that was kind of essential for them, getting a good starter for the Bishop days, and I really see where they're going with this team now. So, if you guys really enjoyed this draft recap, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys really enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.